25 Days of Real Estate with Charlie Porter. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you're a returning member of the channel, thank you so much for your love and support. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure you share this out with your friends, like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube channel too as well. Okay, so today we're on day 10 and we're going to be talking about closing costs. It's a big thing with it. I thought this would be a good one for everyone to understand the closing costs. And I'm not going to get too deep into it because when you're in the transaction, that's when you'll really know what's kind of going on with that, because everybody is different. Every state is different. The costs are different too as well when it comes to that. So I'm not really going to harp on the numbers for that part, but I'll just give you kind of some buzzwords that you may be looking out for that'll come up in the transaction pretty much across the board, regardless of where you're living or where that transaction may actually happen. Okay. This is ultimately depending on who pays what. So the buyer may pay one part of certain things and the seller may pay another part. There are different contingencies that can be put in place for that too as well, depending on the contract that you guys have set up, right? So with those contingencies, a lot of times this comes with a purchase agreement between the two, right? But it's usually typically the same range of pricing, and I would say about 2 to about 6% of the purchase price, regardless of which side is it coming from, right? So that would be the main thing with that. But some things that you want to look out for, the buzzwords that I'm talking about that may be included in this, are things like the title search. You have to search the title, see who, make sure everything is okay with that title. The person who's signing off or selling it is the actual seller. There's no one else who needs to sign off on it, maybe any relatives or anything like that. Things like the title insurance that can come from the buyer or the seller. That's one of those contingency things that come into play. Also, the recording of those documents, right? So you do have a deed and a promissory note, and then there are stamps on that deed that need to be paid for too as well, okay? A couple of other things would be attorney fees. Attorney fees, depending on, what each side, started out with. And, sometimes you don't need an attorney, but a lot of times people already have that just so the contract information is set. And that's kind of something outside of the realtor that one person or side may have, okay? Also, property taxes come into play when it comes to that too. And then it's going to be listed here for the agent's commission and the broker's commission, right? So that's all going to tie in together when it comes to the commission for both sides. When it comes to different things, but all of this is going to be listed on the actual contract, okay? But I just thought this would be a good one for you guys. A couple, like I said, a couple buzzwords that'll trigger and help you understand what you may be looking out for when your realtor is talking to you, or you're talking to someone in the real estate space and they say these little things, right? You'll kind of understand what's going on, and I would definitely do your due diligence on this. This is definitely a good way to understand what's going on, and this is some of the terminology that's come up on that contract that you're going to sign, whether you're a buyer or a seller too as well. And like I say, this is different for different states, different costs. Some things may be mandated in certain states and certain cities, some may not, okay? So just don't take my full word for it, but this is just a general concept type of video that I thought it would definitely be good for everyone to understand. But I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we're on day 10. Make sure you go back and look at my previous videos and also be ready for the future ones too as well. Thank you so much and have a good one.